come on over.
Now I get past the fun part.
It's actually magnetized there, so you can sit right
Why don't
there.
you put like a mic between you two and we'll share a mic. Me and Jamie. Oh, they got magnets.
Yeah.
Now that's
Oh,
fucking
I have a
cool.
gift for you.
Oh, thank you. What do we got?
So, guys, this is our first
bracelet.
Orphan
first
twin.
videoed one. So
What?
This is our first videoed one.
The first video, what?
Videoed podcast. It's recorded.
Oh,
video
okay.
too.
I wore my knock loose hat.
Oh, me
just for
too.
this.
We're fucking twinsies, bro.
I do not have an knock.
Are we live yet?
Yeah,
I have a bad
We
flower
are?
hat.
Okay, so me and Mark on the first video after the pit are twinsies with our knock loose beanies. Mine is from my beautiful girlfriend, Jamie, the traveling beat girl, who came out from Michigan to hang out with us. Well, she's hanging out with my family until for after Thanksgiving. So she's going to be joining us for the next couple shows. So she'll be our special guest on the tailgate show and after the pit, all that good stuff. So you are now joining us clowns here for after the pit.
Welcome to the
and
circus.
we are going to review the madness of the Norma Jean show that we just saw. How about that? Is it possible to send Johnny to the van or somewhere to get some water? Is we have waters left in the car? Can you go to the car and get some water? All right. All right. So here's the full pass. Where are we starting, gentlemen?
With the
I don't
first,
have a lighter.
the walk into the venue.
Yeah, like the head.
Your
I
key.
was
You need a room key?
Well, do you want to start all the way back in the beginning of the day with Josh?
yeah, that'd be even
What
better.
are we starting with?
All the way back in the beginning of the day with Josh?
Yes, we can start with
Make it recap.
our interview with Josh. That's
Yeah.
great. So we sat down with the great Josh Balz.
Good
and-
fucking interview too.
What's
though.
that?
Good fucking interview.
Thank you.
It was-
Man, I appreciate that.
oh, I was talking about his answers. Not
Not your questions.
I'm teasing you.
No,
No, that was
thank you. I tried
like butter.
hard to really put together something unique because, as I said in the interview, there was a lot of layers to that onion, and I felt I nailed the two that were most important, which was Josh Balz, the musician, because then that led into Josh Balz, the businessman.
There's a couple that I wanted to get in there and ask with them too. On the opposite side of it, as the businessman and as the musician, like fan aspect. Was there any band that he enjoyed touring with that was really cool or
Yeah, like
humble?
personal questions?
Yeah.
You know, when I do a typical Conversations with Vin, and I have that, so basically I have it now figured out to 8 to 9 questions is going to give us the time format that we want for the show. So when I sit down with a band, like I did with Traverse the Abyss, we'll take for example, I can focus on all those things. There was things I asked you guys and had you tell stories about stuff just like that, right? And we're gonna hit this.
Sorry, I'm
Opportunity to do that today was not there
Yeah. He's
because
well,
I
he's
wanted
also,
to cover both topics, right?
He's also busy too.
He's what?
He's also busy bee.
Yeah.
As you could tell.
Josh was all over
He
the
was-
place.
Well, that's even when we played there with Escape the Fate earlier this year.
In a
He was
positive
just
way, I mean.
What's
he just
that?
runs around all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Like he was
Absolutely.
like he was saying in the interview, it's not like he gets to like chill. It's go mode.
Okay, so let's do. I would like to do that. I would like to focus since we just talked about. Does anyone have anything else they want to add to the Josh Balz interview?
Personally, I just wanted to say, good job. You did really good. Did you want to mention your conundrum you had though with the ice cream?
No, but I do want to do a whole Josh Balz little spiel that I've been planning in my head.
Well, I just wanted to say I had ice cream afterwards. I got the cookies and cream, and it was fucking banging.
Uh-huh.
So
And you said that it didn't take much. It just took some Chinese food to take the black off the teeth and tongue.
The Chinese
Mac
food,
Daddy there.
the MSG and the piney and the General Tao's chicken definitely removed the black from my mouth.
There you have it. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say it was very nice to sit and enjoy ice cream and a conversation with Josh Balz. I really, Mark.
I mean, he was very interesting. He was he was a very interesting conversation, and I liked how
You've seen a couple of them. What did
Yeah.
you think of the conversation?
No,
with him?
you
You
did
said
really
you was
good.
really well, but I mean, what
Yeah,
did you,
I was.
give us a
I
little
was getting
breakdown.
there, motherfucker.
He's elaborating.
I was.
Oh, I want to hear you talk about me.
No, fuck you. Fuck your head.
All right.
No, overall it was really good. I like personally how he went into detail about all the answers. He didn't just kind of like half-ass the answers, and then I liked how he also brought some humor into it. That was funny. That was
Hold on, stop a second. I want to comment on that. I was worried because up to today, I had only interacted with Josh Balz electronically.
yeah.
Mainly text is how him and I communicate. When I met him today in person, this is what I'm going to say. And anyone that listens to this show that knows me personally is about to laugh their ass off. People say to me all the time, you know, that I'm hyped up and you know, you're
Thank God,
fast
goddamn
paced
true.
and all that kind of stuff, right? Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, thank you.
And,
Shout out to Johnny. Dude, who's doing the do?
Let me just also
Jamie's
stop for
doing
a
the
second
do.
and say we have the best assistants
picture, Mom.
in
Get in
the
the picture,
in the
yeah.
fucking
He's the best
industry
assistant ever.
when it comes to Johnny and Jerry and Rich and our
How about-
assistants are just amazing.
How about Johnny almost getting his block knocked off at the last fucking
get the
minute?
shot?
He took a
Oh,
few
the
hits.
last-
I watched him take a few
the
hits.
Did you get
last-
the shot?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get the shot?
I got the shot.
I just
And-
posted the.
Did you get that
thing in
fight?
Crowd Surf.
Yeah, I got the fight.
Okay,
In,
let's
Nor-
get back to where I was.
In Norma
Yeah.
Jean.
Thanks,
Anyway,
Johnny.
overall, you did well.
Oh,
You listened to
Thank
what I
you,
was
God.
telling you not to do.
God.
Let me do
I
this.
saw
You
that.
did
You almost
good.
got your
You
block
listened to
okay.
what I told you not to do. That was a positive. Your
I've
questions were good.
screwed up a couple times, and I caught myself doing
Not too bad though. It was.
Yeah,
it
and
was
I
a good
kept,
mix.
and every time, you know what I said to myself when I did it? Mark's gonna get pissed.
No, I can cut it out. It's just hard to cut it out when there's like 500.
No, every time I
If
said
there's
it,
5, I could do it. 500, no, fuck that.
every time I said it, I said to myself, Mark's gonna get pissed. And so I really tried to limit. But anyway, let me get back to where I was here. So, when I met Josh Balz today, he was probably the most fast-paced, hyped-up guy
Intense. That's what the word you said.
I've
He was
ever met
intense.
in my life.
In a good way, he was intense.
And he looked me right in the face in one part of the interview and dead said, "Do you want to sit over here? Because then the cigar smoke won't blow in your face. That's going to be the best option." So
It wasn't a question. He just told you.
I'm just trying to help, right? So he looked me right in the face
Yeah.
in that part of the interview and he said, "I have never done drugs or drank in my life."
Yes, clearly straight.
And I straight up believed him because the way he looked at me, you know, it was just one of those certain,
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you the truth deals, right? And that I felt at that moment. I was like, this is what everybody says to me or feels when they look at me and say, "You're so hyped up." I was like, this right here. This is
Yeah,
what
I
they're
mean, that's
you
feeling.
got, yeah, you got to
That's
feel
actually
it.
Exactly,
good
and I was
description.
like,
It
wow,
loving you in
okay.
a way. But
So this is what I want to say. Hold on. Let me actually get into the meat of
Yeah.
what I want to
Vin.
say about
Okay,
Josh
Vin.
Balz
Okay,
here.
Vin.
I'm gonna get
Get into the meat
of
so we can
Josh
get into
Balz.
the potatoes because I gotta ask Mark some questions.
Uh-oh.
I got shit.
Okay.
I got it, man.
So hurry up and talk.
What I want to say
Give me that
is
fucking gavel.
we spent. Okay, so we checked in with Josh around what 2 p.m.
Yeah.
and the show got over at what 11.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent roughly out of those 8 hours. Would you say we spent 5 of them with Josh?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
In the general vicinity after the.
Of those 5 hours that we spent with Josh Balz at the Ritz Theater, I watched that man do a multitude of things. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's like a.
I watched him
saved the
serve soda.
Norma Jean lost
at
sound. He climbed up on stage and fixed that shit.
I watched him
Go
serve
talk
sodas
about
at the
it.
concession stand because the other line was busy. We watched him climb on stage and fix the
He
sound.
was sitting right next to me up
I
on the
watched
stage.
him
He
help
jumped off the
a
balcony.
person find where their ticket got them.
Yeah.
I watched him help set up a table for somebody. Josh Balz,
He
in
yelled at
our
me.
interview,
He actually
The
gave
man
you
said
shit,
to
gave you
us
shit. He said, "Hey,
that
make
it was
sure there's
all
able
about
bodies
how
don't
he
fucking stay
grew
off
up
the ledge."
and the environment that his family and his where he came from taught him to be humble and to work hard and do whatever he had to do. You truly saw that man. If you watched him, and as a reporter, that's one of my jobs. My story was Josh Balz as much as it was Norma Jean tonight, right? So I'm watching Josh Balz just like I'm watching the band, right? And I'm telling you, that's where I picked up on this stuff, guys. And that man did exactly what he said. He said, I will do whatever it takes. And I watched that man tonight do whatever it fucking took to get the job done, to make his customers, his guests, comfortable and have a good experience. So I'm going to tell you what, you get a chance to do business with Josh Balz, okay, you better come correct, because he's a no bullshit guy. But man, he's going to get the job done. He's going to put out a quality product.
Fuck yeah.
And he's going to do
Read that.
whatever has got to be done, literally. Whatever needs to be done, he's going to do it. Like, I'm surprised I didn't see him taking out the trash bags when we were walking out tonight. I'm
Might
not
be
even
doing it
joking,
now.
you know?
He might be
Right?
doing it now.
What's that?
I mean,
He
he
said he might be
didn't-
doing it now. You gotta think he's doing all that shit on top of if something goes wrong with the Noir restaurant
Mm-hmm.
or in the ice cream parlor or something with it goes wrong with the power or some shit in the tattoo parlor. Like
Well, you know, I wonder...
that's those
I
responsibilities as
wonder,
well.
in regards to all those businesses, what his actual percentage and role is in all of them, right? Is he 50% owner? Is he a 70, 80%? Is he 100%? Is he 20%? I don't know.
Do you
Are
want
they
his
just
address and his
leasing-
socials too?
What's that?
I said you want his address and his social too?
Yeah, it is. Yes, I do. No,
I just wanna know what time.
is the next question would be, you know, is he just leasing those spots out, right? Are they just, you know, is he a building owner or just leasing like any other commercial building owner would be?
Based on how many businesses he owns, that's a whole interview in itself. So I got it before I could get it out anymore. Wow, after we got the Black Cow, we talked with Mr. Balz himself.
Okay.
Said hello. We talked Traverse stuff. More to come.
Are you
on
talking
that.
about the beginning?
The very
Like when we first got there? Oh man, I wanted to talk about this. Is so great you brought it up. Go ahead.
Then I got the pleasure when we split. Everyone went back to the hotels. Mark met me at my favorite restaurant in Scranton, which is Chicano's in Southside.
This is not what I was going to talk about, but all right.
No, because we can't. Because I know that because we can't
Hey, we
spill
got
the
plenty of
beans.
time. Just gonna let it roll.
What's that?
You got time. Just let it roll.
That's right.
Also, I can't spill the beans on that.
Wait, stop, time out. Ladies and
This
gentlemen,
is what's gonna
A
happen.
king-
we
king and
have
queen.
a special set of guests arriving to After the Pit. And this is so funny that we're doing our first video after the pit, and they literally, tonight was the night that they're showing up, right? So you guys come get some seats here. One you sit over here and like one sit on that side. That would be the easiest. Oh yeah, you're sitting next to me.
Oh yeah. What up, Big Daddy, the king and
Get
queen?
Lisa set up with a chair over there between you and Mark.
Let me just take the.
Where's our good assistants? We were just talking about how good they were. And now we need a chair, and they're just sitting there against the wall.
They're fucking recuperating.
Yeah, they're like, bro, you have been running us since 6 a.m. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we bring to After the Pit David and Lisa Heldman. These is owners and originators of American Mosh Pits. So our whole focus of After the Pit just really took a change, guys.
Mhm.
So we're gonna
I could care less
pause.
where it goes, but we're just doing it.
Here, join us in our After the Pit lunch.
I want to know how was your food before we get on. We went to Chicano.
Yeah, no. You guys are here. You guys are part
How
of the
was your
interview
dish?
for a few minutes,
You're
right?
talking.
So,
Good.
It was
you
epic.
guys, first I want to say, as
That's all I
always,
needed to know.
my friend,
We'll
my
do a
brother,
little
thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa, for bringing me and my wild and crazy zany ideas and my crew of characters, giving us the chance to go out in the country and have your brand attached to us. And do what we do, and we really, that's number one. Is I just want to thank you guys, as I always do, for that. So,
well, thanks for coming on and
Yeah.
taking charge and fucking taking care of business. You know, doing it.
Been on that.
you know,
hustle and
one of
grind.
the
Don't wanna
things
do.
I'll say is, there was a moment, David, that you and I were sitting there, and I said, "Look at this. You know, we got 7 staff members. We're backstage at an international band.
Is that what we're calling it?
And you're
Staff.
feeling so.
Yeah,
Talk
sorry,
about
right.
talk about that a little bit, right? Talk about how you feel
Sorry.
coming from a guy who started. Remember, sidebar. So talk about a guy who came from literally nothing. You're the guy who started. You're the guy who had the idea to
Right,
take
just
a
had the
camera.
vision and
Yeah.
fucking
So you
did it,
literally
right.
started from nothing, 0 followers, to now we're at what 140,000 across our socials.
Everything, yeah.
So talk about that. How'd that feel?
It felt good when we were really exploding. It took a long time to fucking get there.
Yeah.
A long time to figure out what we were really doing.
You heard it.
And then, I don't know. These guys distracted me because they're
No, the Big Butt song was just playing.
Right? So,
Bum, 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 bum,
why
bum,
can't you
bum,
guys
bum,
stay
bum,
focused?
I'm like,
Big Bucks?
because yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's good. So, Lise, you get to comment on how it feels to go from nothing to we are a major taken seriously media company.
We're taking this serious.
We are taken seriously.
We
Isn't that crazy? Some of us are, right? But I mean, that's crazy.
Bobby
Like,
just heard now.
Knocked the wind right out of his sails.
Oh,
Vacation for
God help me. This is what I work with.
No,
No, Lisa's talking. Remember?
I talked.
You're good.
It's
Yeah.
surreal.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
No,
That's
yeah, it has.
crazy.
Been, yeah.
All the stuff we've been able to do, and
Tell us. There you go. Tell
What's your
us.
favorite festival?
Give us a memory of something you've
Our-
done along the way that really hits home, or something you remember that was something that really
Right.
points to that was really cool.
well,
Our
I
our
think-
favorite festival
well, or
is
yeah,
Ink.
Ink, which was also a big moment for
Right.
us.
Likewise.
In Ink 18, I went there. We just went there and bootlegged it. That was the first incarceration.
Right.
And then in November of that year, the head of Ink, Dan Jansen, messaged us and asked us to come back to next year's media. Like,
And
I'd done nothing but bootleg at that point. I've never.
And that was 19. You went back.
yeah.
Okay.
We let us in and did interviews.
Was that the year
and
your
stuff like that.
daughter
Yeah,
did the interviews?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So that was sort of a huge moment when he messaged someone on the inside messaged me and was like, "Hey, we love what you're doing," and I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, someone's taking me for real," and that really put a lot of wind in my sails for a
I was
long
gonna say
time.
that
Yeah, that was a
sparked
big
the
one.
Inferno.
Yep. So
Phoenix from the ashes
yeah,
on that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we went and did that festival's media for the first time, and then Five Finger Death Punch closed this festival out. We got our crowd surfed up and got on stage with Ivan and stuff, and he gave her
Got
a
on
bracelet.
stage?
Yeah,
Oh,
on
yeah.
stage.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah. Gave her a bracelet and stuff. So that was a really awesome way to cap off a special weekend there.
that's
Mhm.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about. You started. It was 2017, right?
Yes.
Now let's fast forward the clock to July of 2023. So you had roughly, I think it was like 19,000 followers at
Mhm.
that time. And then we get together and we've had this massive boom.
Right.
So talk about that bit of massive explosion
Sure.
over the past year and a
Right.
half.
I mean, it sort of started at the Sonic Temple before that. We were actually at 7,000. So we went from Sonic Temple to Ink. We gained like 12,000 followers.
Yeah,
That
you guys
period
really
right
went from
there.
7,000
Yeah.
to 19,000. That's
Right.
amazing,
Yeah. So
right?
it really exploded there.
Yeah.
And that's sort of when you came in. It was starting to be
Alright.
more than we could manage, really. So
Mhm.
that's when you sort of wanted to be a part of it, and you know, came at me in a way that wasn't just like, "Hey, what can you do for me?" kind of thing. You know, a lot of people
Yeah.
want me to like, "Oh, get me to shows and this and that."
Yeah.
You know, so
The amount of messages.
It's
I
easy to
field
take
that are
advantage
like,
of this.
Hey, what can I do
position.
to be
yeah.
in
Well,
your
now,
Absolutely.
but most people come in just
Yeah.
want me to like
Right.
get them in the door in shows. You know,
Yeah,
just be
absolutely.
like, "Hey,
no,
you
trust me,
you
I know.
came in and right, you worked
Trust
in,
me,
you've
trust
got,
me.
Most of the shows you're gonna do, you've done on your own. You know?
Yep. And you know, I think one of the things that I focused on from the beginning was your vision of interviewing bands. You were like, that's something that
Right.
I
Yes,
want to
it's
do.
sort of
and it's something
legitimizes those, takes us to the next
Yep,
level,
I'm shy. I don't want to be behind the camera.
Right.
So have you been happy with what we've produced on that standpoint?
Oh yeah, for sure. You've gotten a lot of big time bands. I like what you and Eric have been doing with the podcast thing. I mean, you guys did that all on your own, basically. And
Mm-hmm. We just
Well,
had
by
some
the
ideas.
We actually
yeah.
talked
Yeah,
about
it's
it for
awesome that
months,
you
and then
guys
we
are-
were in a way nervous about.
So
like,
let me
bringing
just
it up.
tell the
So we're like,
viewer
eh.
audience, I'm going to give you a little insight how this works. So we have our brainstorming meeting. We come up with these zany ideas. And then I sit down with David and Lisa and say, okay, here's what we're going to do. And then they either say, yes, let's roll with it. Or, you know what? Let's go over that a little bit more before we...
never told you no, Ben.
You've never said no. Let's talk about that a little
Or
Let's
say,
let's
no,
shape it.
Ben, that's gonna get you canceled.
Maybe we should try it this way. That's another famous Elwood line.
Let's shape it so it fits the puzzle.
Right. So, you know, I just think it blows my mind when we go to these places and all these people are like, wow, we've been following you for years. And it goes more and more fans. And yeah, I thank you guys big time.
Right,
So,
it's pretty crazy to.
yeah. So what did you guys think of the show tonight? We were...
Fucking stole it. I was just about. I was like,
Is that what you were getting ready to say?
Yeah, I was about to.
Oh,
we're on that link.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
why we do the show together.
I wanted to
We
say,
pee for the same length of time.
my first
Yeah,
8
absolutely.
seconds.
It's really weird.
8 seconds.
So give us David's intake of what you saw tonight and what you think.
The show is pretty cool. It's a real unique venue. I've never been to one quite set up like that one.
No, you're right. I agree.
But it was good place
that
to
was
watch
like a
and
very
stuff.
traditional theater.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what it was back in the
Yeah,
day.
that's what I
But,
figured.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that's only part of it. That there was more to that, so that's only a section of it. Which it's crazy that that's going on while people are still getting tattooed and getting ice cream and all
Yeah,
that.
like
So
all those
it is-
businesses in the hallway are open for business, right? You got
Yeah.
people mosh pitting in one side of the hall, and this guy over here is having a steak with mashed potatoes.
Not to
right?
mention they have the 2 bars within the theater itself, right, where the bathrooms are in that like loft area, and then when you go down almost to the stage on the left hand side, there's.
I want to
It's not
comment on
immediately.
what Mark just said,
What did I
the personable of how you felt in the theater, because like when we were sitting in the ADA, we kind of took that over as the American Mosh Pit
Yeah.
Got in
headquarters
trouble.
for the evening.
Dude, Josh got yelled at by the security. And
Did he?
came and
Yeah,
told
I'm
me
sure he did.
to tell you guys that you guys are plenty able. Don't be up there.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So-
"Josh, I am so fucking sorry."
You even felt like you were part of the stage when you were in that box.
Yeah,
you know?
I was
You're
like
right there. Yeah.
5
Yeah.
foot 5 foot from the edge of the stage, like right there.
Yeah.
It was right there. So I mean, you're right. It really, you felt personal. You felt like a very intimate show. You felt really like you were.
The stage
act was
wasn't
for
incredibly
you.
tall for the people down below. There was only like a 3.5 foot, 4 foot stage.
Yeah.
So down in the pit, it literally felt like you were right there with them.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no
yeah.
barrier.
No,
out
obviously
there.
that, but
If you call for a crowd surf and they just like climb on the stage.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, Eric, you've been there before, right?
This is my 3rd or 4th time there.
Do they ever have a barrier?
I can't imagine.
No,
there's no
There's
room,
no
right?
room, right? You
Yeah.
just
That's-
have to have that whole front area empty.
That's why even earlier I was talking. I'm like, dude, it's a hardcore show, and the pit area is not exactly wide.
Right.
They were
So, like-
swinging and crowd killing.
that was
No, wait. I'm
Going
gonna
for
go
it.
back to the Conversations with Vin and Josh Balz, and
Oh, here we go. Another 15
please, we
minutes.
got this on camera. When he looked at Mark, and Mark said, "Is there a barrier?" and he looked at Mark and just said, "No. Good luck up there."
And I was like, "Hey, I'm used to
that
that."
was it. And I
Right.
was dying.
I forget that you guys haven't seen the place.
Yeah,
so I'm
right.
just like, yeah, and then it's like, oh yeah, they got to experience. Like,
Right.
you-
You're good. I was gonna
Fire
say,
it
it
up.
broke out at the end of that first band or something like that, and security came down and was like, "Hey, this is the pit at your own risk, dude."
Right there.
Yeah,
Right,
Right,
and security was like, "Get out of here if you don't like it." I was just like, "Cool."
So let's ask you a question. You were the guy in the pit with the handheld, right?
Yeah.
So,
Not really.
I was there.
I was there. I just stood in the safe spot. In the
Down
safe
it.
space, right?
how did you feel? Yeah, so I was gonna say, how was the crowd? How was security? Did they know that we were supposed to be there?
They didn't give me any
Doesn't
shit. They
know.
stood right next to me and didn't give me any shit. The crowd was pretty good. Like I said, they were and hard down there. They were
A couple times it was
swinging and crowd killing.
a straight fist fight, but like not just the fights that we saw, but like legitimately, I was sitting there. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
the
I
fuck
agree.
is happening? Like honestly, it wasn't like that kind of like that was more hardcore than
Sure.
Knock Loose was.
Yeah.
The knock loose.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
knock
kinda
loose was
like-
more
Right.
push foot than that.
Yeah,
there was a
like,
bunch
that
of
was
bodies
more
down there.
like-
They were fucking around and stuff.
If you,
Mhm.
it's like if you didn't know what was
I saw
going
you
down,
almost get
Right.
took a few
You
hits.
stayed
I mean,
up-
Jesus
What the
Christ.
fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
right.
taken
but like if
out
you were
once.
trying to get thrown down and be intimate,
Oh, you could throw down there.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
When
I
we
mean,
did
if you
the-
wanted to punch, if you wanted to kick, I mean, that was a place for you.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Even when we
Yeah,
did
town.
the Escape the Fate show, when we walked on for sound check, I look at the pit and I was like, oh man. Whew. I'm like, this is gonna be tight. I believe they spread it out a little bit since then, but
I mean, if
25.
you're not taking out a wall or something, then
Oh,
I mean, what are you
well, that was
spacing
it.
out there? Well, that's
That was the only thing I
funny.
saw them stop doing. Did you see? Those
Is-
kids were like kicking off the wall and trying to go into the crowd. That's the only thing security.
Oh,
really
there
stopped
was a
doing.
fresh
Yeah.
hole in the drywall.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sorry.
said they
Yeah,
wanted.
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
They said that they didn't intend to, but they ended up helping with the renovations to expand it.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm sure
You
he's
can
gonna
open that
love
bit up a
that.
little area.
Well, he had said to me off camera that's one of the major projects for him is to get that wall knocked out.
If they could get one space more back, that would be nice.
What was
little
that?
area.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about cigars.
See you later. Thank you.
No, you are gonna
Cigars are a handmade item. Every
I
single one
want
is
to
a
talk to
handmade
Mark
item, right?
about the delicatessen that I got to take him to and embrace.
And
Yeah,
every
my
once in a
hometown.
while, you
My
get
favorite
one that not
place.
works. This cigar here is a piece of shit. It won't draw.
I want to get sponsored by Chicano, so I keep plugging.
Oh,
for
we're
the
gonna do
four-
one.
four-
We're gonna
yeah,
do
let's
one. Don't
just-
worry.
This
Yeah,
is
we're
terrible.
gonna
Look,
do
it's
one.
falling apart. So
But as for the venue, I did want to say I liked it a lot. I love the fact that he's embracing the historical side of it and keeping
What?
it in
He's
a
embracing what? Oh Jesus!
Jesus, Vin. And he's the sober
Don't
one.
worry, everything's okay.
He's the sober one,
All
apparently.
right, we're back.
Anyway, he's embracing the historical.
This is the most unorganized episode we've
That's
ever had.
okay.
We're so sorry.
I don't know, but hey, I'm not drunk.
This is what you guys miss when we don't do this on video. We just do it
This
on
is
audio.
what the fuck. This is just like every other episode.
I know, right? Really, nothing's changed. Except
But
they can
anyway.
see- our fans can see the madness that
Yeah.
goes on.
No, I like the fact that he's embracing the historical side of the building, like keeping it old school,
Yeah,
but at the same time giving it that gothic metal flair that he does with everything, and it's fucking so cool.
okay.
And I
so
did want to say one thing though: the elevator. Who rode with me? You.
me
That
and you.
was such
That was
a.
that
That
was
was
that made me feel like we were going in a haunted
Look.
house.
no. This is no negative on the theater or Josh.
Right.
It's an elevator that's a modern elevator, but it's one of those elevators.
It was
that,
definitely totally compliant
yeah,
with all.
it's one of those elevators that you would
state
actually
of
put in your
Pennsylvania
house.
standards.
It's actually what you would basically put in your house. Like that's I looked at those before.
Bro, it's an elevator you have in, like a warehouse.
Yeah.
It was not like something
No.
you would put in
I
your
know.
house.
We
I-
rode,
I've
we
looked
rode
at-
up with the gear.
I've looked at
So
them
I know what
before.
you're talking about.
I've looked at those online before. It's the same company basically that makes my stair lift, but way more industrialized. But it was
Popeye's
so
over.
cool. And I was like, this is
Popeye's
neat.
down
I was a
south,
little
right down the
nervous,
street.
but it was so cool though. And
We should play some.
getting up there into the ADA platform there, I had that whole section by myself basically.
I was up there with you.
Yeah, and then I was walking along the
You
whole
guys
railing.
fucking almost
taking
ejected.
pictures.
Even after they kicked us all out, I still came back up there with
Yeah, bastards. Not them, you for taking to my space.
you. I know.
Um,
I was like allowed from the beginning as like your buddy.
yeah, but then everyone else came, and then I never told
Yeah.
them. I should have.
And they're like,
I should have
"Oh."
been like, "Hey guys, you should have been here," you know, because I'm the
Should
one.
have
that-
went to our regular spot to do the interview
Yeah.
and not try to pop fly it right there. Because we started. I think it gets.
I saw some lighting. I saw y'all sitting there. I was like, picture, video, cool. Anyway,
Are you guys
you
disappointed?
should
we
have saved.
didn't
You
interview
could
Norma
have saved
Jean?
the day.
not disappointed because I didn't think we. I personally didn't think we would because that's a band kind of like
You
what Josh
did
said.
think we would,
No,
or you
didn't
think
think
we
we would.
wouldn't?
I didn't think we would.
Yeah, I didn't think we would either.
Because that's a band that, like, kind of like what Josh was saying, would have to require much more ahead of time conversation and discussing with their manager, and it wouldn't just be like, oh, hey, can we do this? It would have to be like talked about, and
You know what I've learned from
Yeah,
having a
context.
partnership
Yeah.
with 717 now for a year
Hmm.
is the promoters do not have a lot of control.
no,
in regards to it setting people up to meet bands.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep. Same.
Like-
Even for photo fit
I
rules,
really-
like the bands tell Nick sometimes to tell me, "Hey, these are the rules for this set tonight." Like the other night, Nick had told me, "Hey,
You got the 3 and out.
yeah." He's like, "Hey, the last band they just want 3 and out." They go, "Oh, you're good, yeah." Like,
3
I
and
didn't
out.
care. I didn't care at
3
all.
and out. It's pretty
If Nick,
standard,
Nick,
right?
Nick and I would ask the band too. Like I would ask him, like, because at Love Drafts there was a couple local bands and then the rest of the bands, and as they come out, I'm like, "Yo, you good if I use Flash? And how many songs?" They're like, "Oh, you're good. Have fun."
Yeah.
And I take that as a sign, like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go it all out." And
Yeah.
but I'm respectful. I don't stay in the pit the whole time, but I get out on the edges and take the.
I think you're very respectful as a media person. I
try
think
to be.
you try.
I
You
think about the
know,
crowd and
you
security
you
guard
already
and-
know from the beginning you take up extra space,
Mhm.
right? And you try to be very aware of that. You try to be out of people's way. I know sometimes
It kind
I've
of screws me
seen
because I miss out on shots because
once
I'm
or
like,
twice
"Oh, I
some
shouldn't be
people
over
give you
there."
some
So.
crap online, but I didn't understand. It was just total troll.
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought.
We know
so.
them better than anything else.
All right, so let's get back to the show.
Who was your favorite of the night?
Well, Norma Jean. I mean, come on.
Teeth.
Side Norma
Teeth
Jean.
was fucking.
You think Teeth was better than Norma Jean?
For me, I enjoyed their sound.
Really?
More. I enjoyed the theatrics more of the front man than anything. How he was standing.
Is that
up-
what you look for at a show as a lead singer?
maybe not as a singer, but as in a front
As
man
a
sense?
band, I prefer theatrical entertainment.
Yeah. Like
Oh
if
no,
you're
I
just-
agree with
yeah.
you.
If you're just
I was just asking what he
I-
looked for. You know, we
That-
have the unique look of a lead singer.
that will sell me on a band fast, as if they have good theatrics and like frontman presence, like
Right.
just crowd control and the way they conversate, like how Tyler from Traders, even though when
He's
the
very
breakdowns,
good at crowd
the
control.
breakdowns are hitting and there's no vocals, but he's doing like pop culture yells, like wrestling calls and shit. And
All right,
you know what I
let's
mean?
let's do a sidebar from the show real quick. Since you brought it up, let's do like top 3 crowd control frontmen.
Oh.
We'll each say 3. How's that?
Oh.
Oh,
Can I go first? I already
Yeah.
know my 3.
Yeah.
Ready?
So you
I'm
got
gonna go Fred Durst. I'm gonna go Brian. We're going
Shoot
in.
out.
Yeah.
You don't want to drop your 3? Do I get a hug and a kiss before you go
I'm
in?
like, "No, fuck that."
I know she's like, I'm so ready for bed. My leg
She's
hurts. I'm
tapped.
cold. I love you.
It's not
Say
fucking
goodbye to
warm
our
out
fam.
though. It's
This is Jamie the Beat Girl. She's signing out. I'm gonna go Fred Durst. I'm gonna go Brian and Knock Loose. And then for my third, I'm gonna take trolls the audience really well. I feel like Jamie Josta. He's control from the moment he comes out there to the moment that's over. He's has the crowd.
Franz from Attila.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
I
You
would
got
say
your top 3.
Franz.
Let's hear it.
Franz is up there.
There's one.
Tyler is a lot of fun, to be honest. Like I said,
Okay,
I
that's
like
2.
how I loved how over the heavy parts where there's no vocal or anything, he would just keep the crowd engaged. That's the kind of stuff I like. There's so many, so I can't even fucking
I would
pick one.
definitely.
He got
agree
me on the spot, so now I'm. But Fred Durst,
Come on,
Fred Durst,
I did it on the spot.
Corey Taylor, Fred Durst, somewhere with there.
Okay, Corey, there you go. Done. Mark, it's your
I would
turn.
definitely agree with Knock Loose.
Brian, yeah.
Knock Loose. 100%. I don't know if you would call it crowd control, but the ability for lead singer and the band in general to really make the crowd just go wild was Electric Callboy. That's still my number 1 band I've seen
Yeah.
this year. I've yet to have a show that outperformed that show. And that was just merely because of how wild the crowd would get just based upon the.
You saw them at the Fillmore?
Yeah, in DC, and like just by what the singer would say, or just them starting to sing without any music, the whole crowd just immediately broke out into song. Kind of reminded me of like hate to say it, but like those videos of Taylor Swift online where like the whole stadium singing along and it's all crazy loud, like
Can't hate the game.
The whole stadium singing along
Like-
with Electric Callboy, you're telling me?
essentially, yeah, just going wild as hell. It's insane.
Is this an American show or is this their home show in Europe?
Oh, I've seen them online everywhere, but I've seen them fucking fill out stadiums out in other countries. And,
Yeah, I mean, like I've seen them
Yeah.
play in Europe,
and then
and
I've
it
seen them play here.
was
They just haven't played here that
like
much.
it was like the Beatles coming back. I mean, it was
Yeah.
insane.
When
I mean, I'm not
their
by no
tour-
means.
No, their
Am I
tour.
comparing Electric
put
Callboy
out-
to the Beatles?
No,
Don't
yeah.
start blowing us up.
There we go.
But I'm just saying the volume of
We're
people
keeping that.
that
That's
was
a
They
at
they
that
put out
show
six.
that I watched.
They
it.
put out 6 U.S. shows last year, and they sold out within like the first hour, all 6 of them. And yeah, they're all like Fillmore and the Philly up there in the Franklin Music Hall.
Oh, I blew my
Bigger
chance
size
to go
buildings,
to
like-
the Fillmore in Maryland.
Oh, that was a beautiful fucking.
I know, I tried.
Anyway, and then the last one, I don't know.
You think Corey Taylor's really good at crowd control?
I
I
think he
thought it
holds
was kind
them.
of boring when I saw him, to be honest. Now I'm gonna catch fly.
I mean, I think he's a good singer, and a good writer, and a good performer, but I don't know about crowd control.
His
Crowd control's
monologue.
different, you know.
yeah, I think he has like the whole, just like it's the fact that they're Slipknot.
You ever been to an Eminem show?
No, I want to though.
I don't know if he still does. I mean, I saw him at HFS Festival back in like, gosh, it would have been late '90s, early 2000s. Rich, do you remember the years on the HFSs?
I can't remember. Emily went to it, but she told me stories about that, about how he had them literally in the palm.
And Eminem, man, he was another master of it. That day in that stadium, he just owned that.
I mean, he
fucking
just
place.
did it again recently in Detroit for what was it?
Oh,
earlier this
sure,
year.
that's where he's from.
Yeah, he
you know?
did a show earlier this year, and then last year he did Formula One.
Mhm.
He did a show down there for Formula One. That was pretty cool. But anyway, let's just move back into the.
Now we're back to the show. That was it. That was our sidebar. Top
Yep.
3. Here we go. Back
Who
to
was
the show.
your favorite of the night?
Tonight.
And I want to say real quick before we get back into that,
This
this
motherfucker.
Rum Runner Caribbean cigar is way better than that
You
piece
just
of
like seeing
shit that I
him
had
talk.
first. So continue.
Okay. So back to tonight. My personal favorite. Well, obviously, I would go with Norma Jean just because they sounded fucking phenomenal, and they was one of those things I just wanted to jam out to. But besides that,
Was that the first time you saw Norma Jean?
Yeah.
Okay.
live,
Eric, was that your first
yeah.
time you saw Norma Jean?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would have to say, besides the rest of them, I really liked Mouth of War. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
They were really good. But I do have to say,
Teeth was really good.
performance, entertainment-wise, phenomenal. I got some awesome goddamn photos from him. Him picking up the goddamn monitor.
Teeth?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
goddamn
saying,
Viking
like, that
shield,
shit was like,
holding up the microphone in the
Oh,
air like
really
this,
cool.
is fucking with the goddamn shield with the monitor, just like, it's perfect. I saw that picture on my camera. I was like,
Now it's fun, but I'm wondering if there's also some physical stuff behind that because like
he's a big guy.
when you're doing that kind of shit too, you're getting your blood flowing a bit more, which gets your
Oh,
that
yeah.
circulation. When
You-
you're a vocalist, like you got, it's almost like exercise routine.
Yeah.
So it's like-
He's a big guy, and then he crowd surfed. He jumped off the first ledge and crowd surfed.
All right.
Could you
Let's
imagine? it?
talk about the one negative thing. Are we ready?
Uh-oh.
Why was only half the place full?
Right.
What does everybody think?
I shared
What's
the
your
fuck
thoughts?
out of that.
It's Saturday night. It's concert night. You know, why was only half the place full?
I do not know too many other shows.
I'm
going
gonna
on
be the
tonight.
bad guy. I thought there was more people there than I expected.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think the attendance was?
Offhand.
We all go to big
Probably
events.
3.
I was gonna say
I don't know,
3 to 4
300?
max.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was gonna say tonight was like 3 to 4.
Yeah, I'm with
I
Mark.
think we were in the 300 range.
Yeah.
That's where I think. So
But
yeah.
I personally think, I know on our end, we shared it, we posted about it, we created reels with the fans, we pushed it. The one thing that we have that it's kind of a negative for us when it comes to promoting events, which we got to work on, is the fact that we have such a broad audience. We have fans in California, we have fans in other countries.
worldwide.
Yeah,
We have
so, like,
fans in
Yeah, so
Australia
like,
and
when
Indonesia.
we share, like, oh hey, come to the show in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, maybe like 2% of our following can actually like physically get there.
Yeah,
So
but
target-
Mark,
target
you're one
ads.
part of the promotion.
No, I get
train
that.
There for the
So
show,
I think
right? So-
let me finish what I was getting to.
Okay.
Instead, as we post with American Mosh Pits, I think collectively as a group between Instagram, Vin, and Eric and everyone else need to collectively start like promoting more like individually, not just American Mosh Pit. So like instead of sharing the page, also post it on your own page, and I'll do the same. And like so because then
I do
we're
that.
hitting more. I know you do. But if
Okay.
we all do it collectively, consistently, that would help us in a way to promoting in our local area,
Okay.
like our local friend base. Because I know I find myself sharing to a lot of groups, and I realize, oh, some of these groups will like never even be able to come to this show. Like, why would I even share it there? So, but
This is what I will say.
and I also wanted to touch upon their end. I did see sponsored posts on Facebook, so like the ones where they actually paid to push out for the tonight. I did see
Yeah.
a few of them. I did see the band send Josh a couple videos to
Mhm.
promote. He even sent us one to post. That was really cool. I think that was the first time we ever got one of them, like a
Mhm.
legit video from a band to
Yeah.
post as promote.
That was really cool video too.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I thought that was good. I think we could have.
Well, that comes with
I wish we
working with a
would've
guy
got
like
that-
Josh Balz.
Yeah,
with
I
the
wish we would have got
connections,
that sooner though. I wish that would have happened
Sure.
2 weeks before. So we really could have pushed it. And
That's
besides
where-
that, I
I'm
think
just gonna
it's
say that's where a strong marketing VP of the Ritz or Josh
Yeah.
Balz Incorporated would come into play.
And then I also wanted to think, I think it also could just be the fact that Norma Jean, and I'll admit, I never really heard of Norma Jean until this year when I started seeing the Furnace Fest videos.
Mm.
So that's when I was like, oh, these guys are actually pretty good. Who are they? And then they're like, oh, they've been around for.
That's surprising to me.
It's like, oh, they've been around for
How old
ages.
are you?
29.
29.
That might be why, because I'm
What time again?
30.
No, that's what I was trying to get a feel for. Is where are we that there's like this line that fans that know, age group of fans that know of and fans
Yeah.
that don't.
Plus, I will say, not just because of my age, I am kind of new into the metal world in general, not just
Okay.
for this year. I basically went from like, when I was in middle school, high school, I was like hard rock, like Breaking Benjamin, you know, those kind of bands. And then I kind of got into heavy hip hop and techno, dubstep, and like party music through high school, and some rap, and then some country here and there. And then like literally 2.5 years ago, I was going to work and I was just like, I'm tired of this rap shit. I keep hearing the same song over and over. So I was like, that band sounds cool, and I just clicked on it, and it was I think it was like Fit for a King Radio or something like that. I just was scrolling and I just clicked that one, and next thing you know, I was like, this is fucking beautiful, and I just kind of went down into like I went cliff diving into like a sea of metal, and I just like never went back.
The rabbit.
I'm gonna make my speech
There's your
here on
rabbit
this,
holes.
and then we're gonna go
Sidebar,
into-
sidebar, 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 sidebar.
No,
You gotta get
this
it.
is
You gotta get
not a
it. Staple
sidebar.
ball. Just staple ball.
There's-
Sidebar.
That's
Sidebar.
a keyboard.
Yeah.
Spacebar, spacebar.
You guys are hilarious. You guys are so funny. I forgot to laugh.
No, fuck you, man.
Good.
So-
Anyway.
We fucking laughed. Pretty
Here
good.
is my take on the attendance. I do not put attendance blame on the media companies. I don't put it on the promoters.
Because it's technically not the media companies.
I put attendance blame on us, the metal fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. We go to show after show.
This is my 4th show in 7
on
days.
Saturday night. I'm going to put down Saturday night specifically. Saturday night is concert night. Majority of Americans don't have to work the next day. They did not have to work the day before,
Yeah.
right? Or excuse me, they worked the day before, but then they got to sleep in Saturday or whatever. So that's why Saturday night always will be concert night, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go to show after show on Saturday night, city after city. We even go to resort cities on Saturday nights, and these shows are half to a fraction of the way full.
It's like the only shows that were like either full or sold out, or like I call it the Octane bands.
So then this is what I would say.
Well,
You,
Any
the metal
any
fans,
bands that are
we
get
you
the
need to
trend.
go out to the shows. You need to start going, picking your venues. Yes, you know what?
How
Sometimes
much
I
were these
drive
tickets?
2-3 hours.
How
to
much
go
were
to a
these
venue.
tickets tonight?
$74.
No,
Fuck you.
stop the
Hold on.
dress. $25
$25 fucking
at the
dollars.
front door tonight.
Tonight at the
Got
front
you
door.
in the front
They
door.
were $25 online. They
Okay.
didn't even raise
And
the
then
price.
hold on, let's even take it a step further. How much did I pay for the hotel room tonight? $110. Okay, so that's a cheap.
People that complain that you
Okay.
can't go to a concert without spending hundreds of dollars, or even in the metal world, I'm like shocked because all the shows that I go to when I have to buy a ticket, I've never spent more than $60, $70 for the top bands.
I'm just
Besides
gonna say
festivals,
there
with top
again.
bands, like
At
these
the end of the
$25
day,
bucks.
I blame the metal fans. You
I
guys need
also-
to go to events.
I want to jump in. I think it's also you're a bit older. This is also the time that we're in because anyone could do anything at any point. That's why I always stress that shit on stage or during my streams, that you could be doing anything at any time. So like, so many people, I feel like they induce themselves in like a social anxiety coma and they don't want to go anywhere.
That has to do with the time that we're in.
I think with social
So,
media,
You think that
social media,
phone,
COVID,
social
political,
media
like, it's
Not
all
even-
kind
have
of, like,
created a
I-
stay-home attitude.
yeah, I think
yeah.
I think all of the above.
I'll
I think
admit,
it's
after basically after I got hurt, and then that led into COVID, and then basically from 2017 on, I basically was in a shell.
I
went to school, home, work, home. That's it. I didn't do a damn thing.
Now I want to be a
7
bold
years straight.
bastard. I want to say even before COVID,
The shows were only half full.
I think shows were smaller right before COVID hit than now. I think right now is good because there's that resurgence of oh fuck, we weren't able to
And
go out.
also,
Yeah, but I don't
Metal
think
itself
smaller
is-
matters here, guys. Think about this for a second, Eric. You personally, I'm gonna point you out. Me and you can go back to a year ago when we went to the Sherm. 100 people. And we sold it out. There wasn't a signed band on that ticket, okay? And it was a great time. So I don't think size matters. I still think it's
It's
relative
how you use
to.
it.
yeah.
See, it's all right.
In regards to a show,
You rub,
all
that,
right,
you
I
rub
think-
the top bean and she vibrates.
I don't.
She's having- she's
I
having-
think that at the end of the day, you nailed it. I think people become complacent and they don't.
I could
go
have
out.
my electric blanket right now,
Mhm.
playing my fucking Steam Deck, laying down in my bathrobe, in the
Watching
bed.
a full set on American Mosh Pit's YouTube without
Oh.
even leaving your house.
Yeah,
So are we contributing to the problem? Should we not do this no more?
No, we are making
No, we're-
sure that
we're-
society is receiving the media that they want to receive.
it'd be even worse if we weren't doing it.
I'm just
'cause
commenting on why the
No,
venues.
I
It's
honestly-
just there's a special breed
I
that are at
started-
these
yeah.
shows now.
All right, let's go. We got to cover Norma Jean.
Yeah.
'cause
Anyway,
I know we've run way over.
It's okay. We'll make.
Okay.
No, this is a
Here we
special
go.
episode. This is 3 times as long. We're hitting that again and we're rolling
Yeah.
it again.
Oh, that's great. That's great. All
Mark
right,
doesn't- Mark doesn't
Norma
mind editing it.
Jean put on an amazing set. I believe the 2 songs I was most happiest to hear was song number 7 and song number 9 on the set
Which
list.
song? I don't know the name of the songs. I'm sorry. What song was the one that had something fire? It was right in the middle of the
I
set.
Planet.
Is that?
I hope you burn.
Yeah,
I'll be the king of the ash.
I think so. Yeah, it was
That's
right
I
in the
Planet.
middle
That
of
was
the
number
set.
9.
It was a great.
So that was
middle
one
of
I'm
the
about to
set.
talk to.
Oh my
7
Yeah, that
was Reaction,
God. Oh, that was a
and
good
then
one.
number 9 was I Planet.
Yeah.
Now, as I talked about on the Tailgate Show, I did, because I was doing the show, I researched and checked the set list out, and I knew those 2 songs were coming on. So, Reaction, I'd never heard live before. This was my 5th Norma Jean show, by the way.
Oh, wow.
So, yep, I counted them up.
All right, so before pause, sidebar.
Sure, I love it. We need to get
I told
like
you
the little
button.
staple button, but it says
Didn't I say
sidebar.
that 15 minutes ago?
I'm fucking deaf right now. What do you
How-
want from me? There you go.
rank your 5 Norma Jean sets that you watched.
Okay.
Which one's the best?
Ready?
Top to.
I saw Norma Jean at Ozfest 06.
This old fuck.
I saw Norma Jean at Warp Tour, and it was me or Johnny went to 12 or 13. I forget what year. And then I saw Norma Jean at Christmas Burns Red. And then I saw Norma Jean at, it was February of 2023 at Millersville at the Phantom Power.
Oh shit!
And then this today takes me to the second hand, number 6.
What's the top one of all of them? What was the best
Best show.
performance?
I'm gonna say Christmas Burns Red 22 because Christmas Burns Red 22, I had not seen Norma Jean since Ozfest of 06, and they were in the co-headliner slot on Friday, and they put on a phenomenal set, and the energy of the crowd was there, and just it was the right crowd, right band, right time. and it's set.
Just did you
What
in.
that's what made that the top set. So there you go. What other questions do you have about that?
I want to know who Dave's favorite festival performance was.
Of all time?
Yeah,
Wow.
just rattle one off.
What's a goodie? What's a goodie?
We'll go epic.
Even if you
with,
want to do
uh,
top two, if you don't want to lead it to one.
Yeah.
Well,
Doesn't have to be.
we'll go.
Here, you can hold that mic. I'll bring mine over to him.
Woodstock
You got it.
'99. Corin was about to play, and I
Hold on, what? Start over. I didn't hear it.
You just went into that so calmly. Woodstock 99. Reverse.
I know, right? Woodstock
So
99.
it was Saturday night. Corin's coming up. I'd already like mocked all day. The crowd was the craziest crowd you've ever been.
So that was
Which
on
day was that
Friday.
in the
Was
weekend?
corn?
Oh, I don't even.
Friday.
Friday?
Corn.
Tell you,
Right,
yeah.
24.
But no split in that crowd. So I mean,
Wait till I
super
do-
duper
I'll
crazy.
pause
So
it.
I was done for the day, and I just wanted to watch Corin, and I was sort of off to the side. And Corin took the stage, and I couldn't let people pass me fast enough. I was just getting pushed down to the front of the stage. I didn't want to go down.
Were you on
Just
a
let
hill
me
or were
pass.
you
It
on
was
flat
like-
ground?
What was that?
Were you on a hill or flat ground?
It held a little bit.
Oh
down
my
the east
God.
side. So, yeah, and I was just getting pushed towards the front of the stage. I'm like, oh.
How
fuck, I
far
didn't
from
go
the
down there.
stage were you, do you think?
Well, I was sort of up on the side. I was fairly close, but up on the side.
Okay.
And people like to flow into the sides, and I pretty much got caught in the flow area.
So you ended up going in. You didn't have
I
a
got
choice.
pushed pretty all the way down.
Yeah. So Woodstock 99, corn. You're getting pushed down. We got that.
Yeah. So I mean, that was just a crazy set. It was just memorable. That
Did you stay the whole weekend or?
Actually, no. So my friend dropped me off, and I didn't have a ride home. I was there by myself, so I was hitchhiking home about 5.5 hours from my house. Is where Woodstock
Oh,
was.
shit.
So it threatened a little rain and stuff.
This is
but I'd
such an
actually-
American story, by the way. I hitchhike. My buddy drops me off. Hitchhiking.
Right,
Go ahead.
you're fucking right. So I had left Sunday afternoon, like before the riot started and stuff. I'd made a sign.
You missed Red Hot Chili
$40 for someone
Peppers.
to give me a ride back to Buffalo. Yeah, and a lot of people were leaving, and I got picked up by a couple people because they were broke because I'd never been to a festival before that price gouged like Woodstock.
I heard.
I was like, wow, I did not bring enough money.
There was like modern day today money
Yeah,
back then.
exactly.
which
and
is
I've never
insane.
been to a concert that gouged like that. I believe that's why I never went on.
I was about to say all the other.
That's what, that was one of the, that was a big part of it.
Yeah.
They'll pay
They
for
couldn't
it.
afford the water,
And
and
you
then
weren't allowed to
everything was
bring
shit
anything
anyway.
in
It
the
was garbage and
campground or
mud.
anything,
and-
right?
Not really, no.
That's the
So,
crazy
It
part.
was like louder than life if it wasn't Danny running it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So. So that was crazy.
Oh, all right.
Right.
Cool. All right.
Tonight.
Well,
How about yours?
ask you this,
Favorite
who was your
festival
favorite tonight?
performance.
yeah, hold on. Eric just asked me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Favorite festival performance.
That I've ever
Sidebar.
been to. So, I'm gonna say, because there's a couple that were pretty memorable.
Well, cool. You could say two.
All right, but I'll give you two. When I was at Ozfest '99, that was the year that Soulfly.
Hold on. You're
was-
like Grandpa settling with the pork hop pipe over
I know, right? It is, right?
Come here.
It's very nostalgic.
Let me tell you a story right here, real quick.
So, at Ozfest '99, Soulfly, that was their first year as a band, and Sepultura had just broke up, and Fear Factory did Roots, Bloody Roots, and that was probably the best Roots, and I'd heard Sepultura do it probably like 2 or 3 times before that, and man, they put on the best Roots, Bloody Roots I'd ever seen in my life, and the crowd just ate it alive, and it was down on the second stage, so it was down on the blacktop, and people were getting mashed into the blacktop, and
The second
it was
stage
just a
setup
wild
was fucking...
experience. And Fear Factory, just that song, just really brought. So that's one. Then I'll say, Incarceration 23, the Lamb of God pit. So I was there in 22 for the Mud Pit for Lamb of God, and that was cool. But 23, those people were just fired up, weren't they? I mean, that was. The lineup was fire. That was Limp Bizkit on Friday night.
Year
and-
festivals were back post-COVID?
What's that?
Was that the first year festivals
No, the
came
first
back?
one was 21, and then they had one 22,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
I didn't know
23.
that.
But 23, they just had a solid. I think it was like their 10th anniversary or something like that.
Oh,
But
okay.
Rink, you're talking about?
23, yeah.
And the 5th, I think.
Yeah, and the lineup was just solid. And
Yeah.
man, Lamb of God on Saturday, just or
Sunday.
Sunday.
It had to be
Sunday.
Oh,
Vegas
trust
and
me,
they
I
were-
don't
Holy
think I'll ever
Jesus.
forget that one.
The pits were just ginormous.
What about you?
I was gonna say it kind of ties into that. It would be my first big festival I went to last 23, last year, to Upheaval. Same weekend as Incarceration. Friday it was
23 was your brother? Really?
23, my first big festival year. First year I was going to big concerts all the time. Anyway, so I believe, if I remember correctly, it was Friday, it was Lamb of God, and then Bring Me the Horizon for the headliners
Oh.
for Friday night.
I bet Lamb of God
So,
blew that place apart.
Lamb of God, that was my first time seeing a festival size Lamb of God pit ever. I've never even looked them up on YouTube. I was just going in there blind as fuck.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Me and Corey at that point, we went to my brother went to maybe 5 shows, and they were in the sound stage,
Yeah.
metalcore, not quite metal, but just metalcore-ish, getting into it, just hanging out at the back, not even getting near the pit and shit. And I literally saw it, and I stood. Somebody helped me stand up on the barrier to watch from the VIP barrier, and it was at least a half a football field wide circle pit for Lamb of God, just encapsulating everybody. Oh my god! And that place had to have been close to 15,000 people at that day, because those 2 bands alone probably, mainly for Bring Me the Horizon that night though. Which then that ties into my actual biggest experience was that one, because that's when I first crowd surfed.
Okay.
For the first time for Bring Me the Horizon, and that kind of that's what I think solidified that oh, I'm gonna fucking figure this out because I want to do this for life, go to shows, have this moment, I'm gonna figure something out. And then it kind of led, a few months later, led into making a page, and that kind of also started because my hatred towards my old work, and it kind of, I need to find something else, and and then
Here we are.
met this fucking
Now
weird
here
guy.
we are.
No, I met this weird. I met this weird old guy on the
pit at the Hilton.
I met this weird old guy on the back of a deck in HMAC.
Yeah, that's
and he's
hilarious.
like, "Hey, you gotta meet my friend Vin.
You gotta meet the Vin.
You gotta meet my friend Vin. Let me show you. He'll get you in the pit."
The value of Jerry.
And
All right, well, I think now's plug time, and let's get out of here.
I think so.
Eric,
Well, real
you can
quick, I just
start.
wanted to say, are you 100% coming back to the venue
Yes.
tonight, the Ritz Theater? 10 out
I
of
will
10.
definitely be back. I don't know when, but I'm definitely gonna be back.
100%.
Oh,
Eric, plug.
we'll be back there next year, 2025. Traverse the Abyss, Sled Dog Entertainment. Brand new EP on the way.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Mosh for Tots event coming up.
Yes.
That's Saturday, December 7th at
Yep.
Moon Ballroom, Dixon City, PA. Doors are at 5. First 100 people through the door are eligible for a $100 giveaway. It is all ages. That's I don't know how many people
Eric
the bands
was
are
a
like.
special MC that night.
Yeah, me.
Oh, good.
No, we got Vin. And admission is either a $10 donation or a packaged toy.
Marijuana counts. No, I'm kidding.
No, stop.
You know my obsession.
All right, Mark, plug.
Beyond the Barrier, promoting the disability at concerts and all that stuff. But to fund all that, I like to do the photography, videography, or attempt to, and also do portraits and engagements and small venue weddings. Do not ask me for a large venue. My crippled ass can't handle that. Jokes. And anyway, just support local bands. That's all I give a shit.
Okay. My
Or
plug.
just support bands in general. Go out
Wait,
to
you
shows.
skipping King Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Dave,
Support.
do you want to plug?
Sure.
We plug at the end of the show.
Oh, I don't get a plug, but I'll end it with rock on, stay metal.
There you go. So I'm gonna plug real quick. Conversation with Vin. We recorded a hell of one today, so make sure you go to our American Mosh Pit YouTube and check some of those out. And the new one with Josh Balz will be released soon. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
You're good. Just
You're great.
Thank you. You're good. Thanks.
All right.
Now we
Mission
got their social
accomplished.
security numbers.
That's right.
Dude.
We're good.
Oh my god. Anyway, you guys can do whatever. You do your Mexican restaurant. I'm gonna edit
Oh.
Chicatinos.
Are they still open?
All right.
No.
No.
But he wants to talk about him because he wants to sponsor for the band.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, fuck 'em. They're
yeah,
gonna
They
make a
were
little clip
so
right now, and
good.
then
What
you'll
were
be
they
able to
called?
take
All
it,
right,
you know.
so I had the
Thanks for joining
luxury
our show.
of anytime we have friends or
Oh, you
fans
brought
come
the
to
Super
Scranton,
Dupers?
that we go to my favorite restaurant, Chicanos, down in Southside. So everybody else decided they wanted to go back to the hotel room, but Mark took my word. And how was it?
Fucking awesome. I met him there for dinner, and I got there, and when I first saw it, I'll admit, my first impression was, "Is this someone's house?"
It is. It's
So I was
basically-
like, "Wow." So I was like, but my head, my brain said, Eric wouldn't take me somewhere that was like bad, you know.
and they
so-
have the ramp up too.
And I saw the ramp, I saw the door, I was like, "That's legit. We're going in." So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about food too.
I know, it makes me hungry.
If there's a
Tacos
McDonald's
are
open-
amazing.
You can't invade. You can't sidebar.
Anyway, timeout.
Yeah, you-
Timeout. The fucking what were they called?
Oh, we got. Well, you got.
Oh, I got the regular
beef
beef
tacos.
tacos, which remember this is a authentic Mexican restaurant. So when they brought out the tacos, it was not the tacos I was expecting. I was a typical American thinking I was gonna get some Taco Bell ass tacos coming out to me.
yeah.
They were not Taco Bell tacos. So I ate them. They came with some like I wish I would have asked what that sauce was that came with them because that shit was so good but so spicy. It rocked my world. And then I had what they called a wet burrito, or I would call fucking amazing goodness slop in a burrito container.
Yeah.
And it meant that in a good way because it was so good. I had the green sauce, which was like a cilantro, spicy lime. It felt like there's like lime chips that I was eating.
That
yeah.
one, the green sauce has more of that cilantro flavor into it.
And I ate the burrito. I had spicy chicken with the rice, beans, and all that stuff in it. Big ass jalapenos. I ate the hell out of that. And then I got to the point where I got too full and I couldn't eat anymore. So what I did, you got mad at me. You didn't eat all of it. Like, no, I ate all of the insides. I stopped eating the bread. I just was scooping out all the insides. So there was just a shell handed out.
box. I thought you were getting a box. I'm like,
No, that's a shell.
This is the sacred. This is the holy ground.
I ate it. I ate all the insides. I just didn't want the bread.
I still have my carnitas platter at my house. Oh my god, I can't wait. Yep, that's the next move. Chicanos,
Anyway,
Southside.
you guys
American
sponsor
Sled Dog
that
Entertainment.
band something.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
Oh, it's over there.
We'll make it so people will call you and be like, "Give me tacos."
That'll be the spot to go into Scranton before you go.
Yeah,
to the
anytime you play in Scranton, you guaranteed at least 20 customers at like 10:30 at night. Stay open. Okay, bye.
We're doing horns. You being horny? Johnny, say something. Johnny, say something crazy.
All right, turn that shit off.
Oh, geez. We got Vin. We got Mark. We got Dave. Eric signing up.
Oh, yeah. Get this, Mark. Try to sit. Oh, there you go.
What am I getting handed this for?